If you scroll away right now, I promise you'll miss out on one of the most captivating and engaging stories ever told. And however, this story is not like any other story you're probably thinking about right now. That story is none other than Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. Piranesi, who is our protagonist, lives in the house, an endless labyrinth filled with statues and ocean tides. But as he helps his only companion in the entire world, the other, search for the secret knowledge, he begins to uncover the dark truth about his entire world. My rating for this book would be a strong 5 stars. The reason why I would rate it so highly is because it uses two things perfectly: illusion and the unreliable narrator trope. First of all, there's the prime example of illusion.
In the air, he was a miraculous being, a heavenly being.
Though this was a short encounter in the story, it subtly alludes to a short story called The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. To summarize the story, it follows a mariner, hence the title of the story, who while on a sea voyage encounters an albatross, the same type of bird Piranesi encounters, and he strikes it down. But this action brings bad fortune to his crew due to the disruption in natural order that he caused. As one of the many illusions throughout Piranesi, the albatross adds much thematic depth to the story, in which we can see two contrasting reactions in the presence of an albatross, the mariners and Piranesi, which highlights the core message of the novel. The second reason is none other than the unreliable narrator.
I had written journal number 21. Why in the world had I done that?
Pulled entirely through his meticulous journals, a mystery begins to unfold at this point in the story, and we begin to realize that there's more Piranesi's past than his own confused perspective reveals. I believe this made the story much more engaging than it did at the start, which you will realize too once you read the book. Through these quotes, Susanna Clarke is building up to this message of the virtue of finding beauty through a childlike or innocent perspective in the face of trauma or danger. And I found this a very satisfying end to the story, and I even experienced some of the craziest plot twists you'll ever read about. Now, if you choose to read this novel, and you better read it, you won't read it for the entertainment, but you will rather read it for this study of the perspective of an innocent childlike man. Oh, and one last thing. Do not search up what Piranesi means before finishing the entire story.